Hey man, hey.
Hey, is that Andy Frye?
Sell you one of these?
Hey, how much for that? How much for that book?
Now $15.99.
$15.99. Do you have Venmo?
Yeah, I do. You can pay in pizza.
Thank you. You guys, very special episode here today. Author, journalist Andy Frye on the show for his brand new book, 90 Days in the 90s. He's also written for Forbes, ESPN. The dude has a lengthy, badass resume. Excited you guys are here. Also doing a Patreon shout out today for Mr. Trey, no last name. Sign up for the $10 tier. Much appreciated. You guys all know this, but our Patreon, like the fact that you guys come and support us on that is so helpful to this channel. I can't even put it into words. So really, everyone who supports us on Patreon, thanks so much. And Trey, thanks for coming on board. Anybody wants to check it out, go to patreon.com/number6 with cheese and see what tier works for you. All right, Andy, let's read this book just at length on the episode and not eat any food. Just kidding. Andy, are you excited? How many times have you been to Dimo's?
Only a couple. I think I've only been to the one near Wrigleyville.
Yeah, same with us. This, I think, is going to be our first time doing this Dimo's, which I'm excited for, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
Tell them what we got here.
All right, so we got a vegan pizza and vegan sausage, which looks kind of, I don't know, kind of mineral rich.
Kind of looks like chorizo a little bit, almost.
Yeah,
the way.
So I've never had it, so it does look pretty decadent though.
I mean, cheese looks pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, totally.
I don't eat a lot of vegan cheese, obviously, but like, I don't mind it. I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
So vegan pizza from Dimo's, thanks to Andy, which he paid for this, by the way. We tried to pay, he wouldn't let us. And then Corey got 2 slices, and then I'm gonna have one of those vegan, and then also a spaghetti monster, which looks a noodles on pizza.
You guys know to add to your video.
Okay.
I love your energy. You guys are super kind. We make a lot of desserts. They're all vegan.
Oh, wow.
Peanut butter truffles, pumpkin cheesecake,
Wow.
and 3 brownies.
Damn, Austin, thank you. Really hooked it up.
And non-vegan silverware.
All right, if you're near the Wicker Park Dimo's, come say hi to Austin and tip him very well. Have a good one. A lot of pizza, a lot of good energy. Austin's amazing. Dimo's it's a vibe, dude.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. All right, a whole bunch of pizza in this car right now. Andy Frye in the back, our very first guest. Dude, they knew you were coming. They honked for you. All the Dimo's Pizza acquired jump cut. Like I said, a bunch of different slices here today. Corey Wagner, second angle.
Okay, I got a couple, like one classic, one super new age type of thing. We've got chicken and waffles over here. These are cut up pieces of waffle, and then obviously there's chicken on there. Looks delicious. And then this is more of the classic chicken bacon ranch. You're seeing the bacon pieces. You're seeing all the delicious cheese on there. There's chicken in there, I promise. It's hidden underneath all the delicious cheese and toppings. And then there's barbecue sauce. I do believe there's barbecue sauce instead of your traditional pizza sauce.
Looking wild.
So maybe not chicken bacon ranch, barbecue bacon chicken.
Yeah, it looks
Look at
amazing.
this.
I'm excited for the taste test. You'll really
Barbecue chicken bacon. There we go.
Yeah, dude. And then this is really nuts. This is the fat boy in me. I got spaghetti up on my pizza slice. Looks like there's like angel hair pasta noodles, meatballs, a little bit of basil, cheese, and then a vodka sauce is what Austin told us in there. I'm pumped for that. And then Andy, what did you get?
I'm no square, but I do like vegan pizza because I'm getting old and I need to take care of my body. So, but this looks pretty decadent, I think.
It
I mean,
does.
It looks like got lots of garlic, a good sauce, good floppy East Coast style crust, and vegan cheese will have to taste that. But usually it's pretty predictable. Right?
If anybody can do it, Dimo's can do it.
I know.
They
It
make
looks
a lot of great
I don't know if I
stuff.
would know that's like vegan just off, like that's like a New
never
York
would.
slice a little bit to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little different looking, but.
Not really.
All right, well, boys, let's cheers. And let's get into this slice here at Dimo's.
I gotta go with this chicken and waffles. It's so interesting. I gotta do that first.
Here we go.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's
You're
all right.
good.
Cheers. Cheers. Dimo's, Andy Frye.
Oh man, this is really good.
One thing about vegan pizza with, I assume it's Daya cheese or one of the kind of stock brands, is that it obviously doesn't. You can't pull it apart and have two slices still connected together with the elasticity of the cheese, but it sticks to the roof of your mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like, again, in a good way, the way that American cheese does.
Yeah. But on the bright side, you get to live longer and be healthier than the rest of us. You might not get the cheese pulled, but your joints feel better.
Oh yeah, I'll be dead by 60. Yeah. This is nuts because this isn't just a novelty thing. Like, it oddly works.
Mine too.
That just looks great. I think Dimo's does a good job with innovation. Like,
I think that's where they do best. I love their pepperoni and sausage and just their standard slices.
Yeah.
But they take weird pizzas and make them great. My wife still talks all the time about some sort of potato pizza that they had.
yeah, she does talk about that. Yeah.
And she loved. Their weirder pizzas, a lot of times, are their best pizzas in my opinion.
Pasta works on a pizza.
I don't know. There's not too many recipes that can pull that off. Like, I used to love eating Krispy Kreme donuts. Especially, like, I don't know if you remember, about 20 years ago, they popped up everywhere.
Yep.
But they don't really do anything good except for the basic plain glazed donut. Like, even their chocolate ones weren't that good. I mean, so it's basically like, cafeteria style coffee, plain donut with a ton of sugar on it. Yeah, their funky stuff and their experimental stuff was really underwhelming, and maybe that's why it didn't stick around.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I think stick to what you know and don't get too fancy. But if you're Dimo's, I guess fancy is the benchmark. And I don't know, this plain pizza is pretty darn good.
Pretty legit.
Yeah.
I love how crispy their stuff is. They always like crisp it to a really great, like, not overdone. They really find that perfect middle ground. I don't know how, every time.
So Andy, I want to tell you, as soon as I was like looking you up for this episode, I've seen your book before.
Okay.
I'm a huge unabridged bookstore fan. And your book is like highlighted there, or at least in the summer when it came out. Did you know that it's there?
Yeah, I think I walked in there and kind of pestered them to say, they're pretty cool about, like, yeah, we do support local authors.
They're great at it.
I'm telling people that if you're shopping for light bulbs today, you're on Amazon already, buy it on Amazon, or buy it direct from me and I'll sign it. Or definitely, like, if it's your thing, go to local bookstore. I've actually got a couple record stores like Reckless. I try to keep it local, and glad to see that you found it there.
Yeah,
I don't want to follow up and be like, yeah, did you stock my book? What's going on? Because
they did it.
They got more things to do than deal with me.
They highlighted it well, and they always do a good job of that. I feel like they show off local authors like pretty prominently, I would say. But I was really excited when I saw it because you did a great job with the cover. It's so eye-catching. I know you're not supposed to judge books by their cover, but whenever I go to Unabridged, I don't go with any like purchasing ideas in mind. I only go and peruse and then find something that I like. So I'm a big like checking out book cover guy, and that 100% caught my eye and like had me picking it up and looking through it. So
here's the book he's gonna read for you.
Oh, it looks like a good book.
Daddies help you feel good.
Do you think maybe they'll have a pizza?
I bet they will.
on?
Sure, for lunch.
First of all, is this your first book you've written? Okay, so congratulations.
yeah, congratulations.
It's a huge thing. Talk a little bit about this area, kind of why we picked this spot to do a food review today, and how that kind of all ties into this book and really what it's about. So someone who's hearing us blab about this, like, what's the hook? Like, what's going to get them?
So I moved to Chicago in 1994, in part because I just want to live in a big city. I grew up on the East Coast, and so back then so I moved here in 94. Kurt Cobain had just died, but indie music and punk and grunge were mainstream. Like, I grew up in high school where you would turn on the radio and it was at best Bon Jovi, but we had boy bands back then too. We had like New Kids on the Block and terrible stuff like that.
Sure.
A lot
You
of,
mean
like,
great stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Marky Mark?
Depends on who you're talking to.
Music is me, yeah. If you listen to my whole album and didn't see my face, this kid, he's probably from a rundown neighborhood.
You turn on the radio in 1991 and all of a sudden it's some bands that we had heard of, like The Cure and the Pixies and Living Colour, and then this whole new wave, obviously. So when I was here in 94, like, I wasn't gonna go with my roommate at the time to frickin' like Melrose Place night on Monday. I was like, F that. My roommate and I mean, we're rubbing nickels together. We eat ramen noodles every night. But we would come here, we'd go get a drink at Northside. We'd probably end up at Mad Bar, which was across the street. I just bumped into Wesley Willis at least once at the bar behind us, which it's a closed down bar that was called Tavern. For a while, it was like a Michigan State bar. I don't know why I put that here. Before that, it was Borderline. Like, you would go to Borderline or a place like Northside, get a cheap beer, and then go to Double Door to see a band.
Yes.
So Double Door is supposed to, I guess it's supposed to open up again, but it's closed now. So there's a lot of places that, it was always kind of a little boutique-y, a little cutting edge here. It was a combination. It was almost like Chicago's version of what you would probably see in Brooklyn now, or what you see in the Lower East Side back in, I guess, the 80s. Always something going on, always bands, always just kind of like, you know, weird, wonderful stuff that happened in Wicker Park and Bucktown. So we just would end up here, and even if we had, you know, only a couple bucks to buy a drink, we couldn't afford to go see a band, we would go to the North Side and hang out and wait for Wesley Willis to walk in and start headbutting people, or you know, maybe like Liz Phair would walk in if she was in town. It was kind of that era, and not even so much being a fanboy of you know, Chicago's rock stars, because there are plenty that came up here, but it just kind of felt and seemed at the time like music and culture and things that weren't just manufactured by corporations were dominating, and I love that time. And I mean, I have a good life now, but when I was writing a book, or when I was thinking about writing a book, it kind of seemed like I should talk about the 90s and how great the music scene was, just in case people forget. And then one day I got this time travel idea, which I probably had before, like, hey, what if I go back in time to see this band, or see James Brown when he opened up the House of Blues in Chicago, or just to kind of go to this grungy cafe that I'd love to hang out at that's not around anymore. We all have these nostalgic ideas, and we tend to think the past is always better. Like, I forget that I was, you know, eating ramen noodles every night, and I was hauling my laundry down 3 flights of stairs to a grungy basement with my last 3 quarters. But I remember the good times, and I wanted to focus on that, and also the whole dynamic of, like, is the past really better? It depends on what you make of it and what you make of your life now.
It's a fiction book that someone is moving back to Chicago, right, has is it taking over her dad's record store?
Yeah,
that's what it was?
She's kind of lost touch with her favorite uncle, who it's kind of when I was growing up in the 80s and I was playing guitar, my Aunt Martha, who's from Ohio, was like the one cool aunt that had all the Led Zeppelin albums. And I think she knew I was playing guitar and heard that I liked Led Zeppelin, and actually taped me every Led Zeppelin album she had. So this big box show. That was my summer of 1985 or whatever.
It's definitely the cool aunt. That's a cool aunt.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So I kind of thought about that when I was writing the book, like how and why does Darby come back or end up in Chicago? And so, like, before I got to be a full-time writer, I've had like more jobs than you guys have had combined. Like, in IT and sales, I've been like laid off, fired just because the wind blows the wrong way.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That dynamic, and so Darby has like a career life failure in New York. Right at the time her favorite uncle dies, and she feels bad that she didn't really keep in touch with him as much, and finds out that this record store was a will to her.
Okay.
So she's got like a place to stay, she's got a new gig, moves back to Chicago, gets reacquainted with Chicago and music and all the great things we take for granted here, and then starts hearing, you know, rumors about this time travel train called the Gray Line, which, you know, in the story everybody's heard of it, nobody thinks it's real, but one day she's just up late one night and discovers there's a Gray Line stop under her record store called Revolver Records, and once she kind of gets her head around, decides, well, maybe if I could go back to the last time I lived here in the 90s, I could fix some things and not screw up relationships and do all the things that, like, if we were to go back in time, we would probably fix some things. But then when she gets back to the 1990s, she gets way too caught up in the music scene and the pop culture and hanging out with her friends and doesn't deal with her shit, you know? So anybody who was not alive then, or maybe didn't really pay attention to the music of the 90s, so to speak, that they can tag along for the ride. And she's got like an Apple Watch sort of thing. She finds in a drawer, later discovers it's a kind of a ticket back to the past, and she's got 90 days to either come back to the present in 2022, or, you know, if she's stuck somewhere in the past or another time when the 90 days on the watch runs out, that's where she's stuck, and that's another plot twist there.
Congrats once again. That's so cool that this is like out and people can snag it and buy it, and anybody who watches this can read it, and it's really cool.
I gotta check in on that spaghetti pizza. How was it?
It was incredible. Like, straight up, I like want another slice of it.
Really?
Like, this is one of those ones where you like have a weird slice and you go on to something else. I kind of wish I would have gotten two. That's how good it was. It left me wanting more.
That's, well,
so oddly great. Can I try one of the vegan ones, Andy?
Of course, yeah.
I don't know how much really vegan pizza I've ever had.
Really?
Ever, and especially from like an actual restaurant, like a place that sells it. Like, we might have done something here and there for like Number 6 with cheese might have had like that. We've been in a place maybe, but like this thing looks legit. Like, I really, I'm impressed.
I literally wouldn't be able to tell the difference by looks.
Yeah, so here we go.
Which is like a regular cheese. How is it? Pretty good?
I know vegan cheese gets a bad rap, right? Like, I don't know if I would know that was vegan. If you gave me this blindfolded?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Technology nowadays.
It's still got a creaminess.
Science. Gotta love it.
Science. Grow the fuck up. Damn. Well, I mean, good order, Andy. This is good.
I'm gonna try the one with the sausage on it, which you said looks like chorizo.
It does. It looks like
it kind of reminds me of like, you know, if you're in Appalachia and you look at the hills, you see all the clay and the dirt.
Yeah,
that's, you know,
very Appalachia.
Yeah, it's very Appalachian. I don't know if it's a good thing, but
No.
see if it blows my mind here.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Kitchen 17? I've heard rumblings
Nope.
that they have one of the better vegan pizzas in the city,
not.
but I haven't tried
So
it
many
yet.
good places to go now. I've not tried My Pie either, and I want to go there.
This is good, man. Like, not even like for vegan. Like, this is great. Like a good cheese pizza. Pizza.
Yeah, the chorizo pizza is good too. It's got a little bit of a burn to it.
Oh, I ate all my pizza too fast, and now I forgot about putting hot sauce on it. I screwed up.
It's all right, man.
That chicken bacon ranch was fire. By the way, it was chicken bacon ranch, and there was just one little smear of barbecue at the top that I had.
Oh, really?
smelled.
So I grew up in the East Coast, and one of the things that we do, we tend to, some people fold pizza.
Yep.
I've never really gotten with people who like fold it so you can't see the cheese. Like,
I'm not into that. I don't know
with
what.
small hands, like, you know, certain presidents, you might need to
Yeah.
But I kind of want to do the other way. Like, I want to taste the cheese and the sauce first, not. But this has got a great crust in that if I'm blindfolded and you're just feeding me the crust, it's a pretty good place to start too.
I don't like folding it either. Like, there's something about the eating process, like the way it goes into your mouth. I don't like my teeth hitting like the bottom. Like
I don't want the full fold. I don't mind a little curvature.
a little bit, but this to me is
I'm holding it,
upsetting.
there's some curve, but yeah, the full fold.
Yeah, that
That seems like you're just trying to like pizza eating
That's
competition.
a papadilla. That's what the
That's a papadilla.
Papa John's now has that item, just a folded pizza.
Yeah.
So when you were at Red Dog, did you ever interview Kobayashi, the I think it's like the 6-time?
I never did. Never got to interview him.
So Chicago Now, which you know is owned by the Tribune, we had an event. I don't know who set it up. Kobayashi's coming. We're going to do a contest between 5 of our writers and Kobayashi eating Italian beef because he'd never done that.
Oh,
before.
wow.
That's funny.
He was here on tour. I think he had his next gig like right after beating 5 people, eating like 7 Italian beefs in 2 minutes or whatever it was.
Oh my god.
He was on his way to Portillo's to do something there that day.
Makes sense.
So I don't know if the guy doesn't eat a lot, you know, for a couple of days, but I was late and I caught the elevator up with Kobayashi and I talked to his interpreter. I was like, oh yeah, you know, great to meet you. I just, for whatever reason, I said, basically like, I said, pull up your shirt, I want to see your abs. And he pulled up his shirt, he showed me his abs.
He actually did it?
Yeah, they're like
What a ballsy ass.
Brad Pitt 25 years ago.
Oh my
They're
God.
like he's
Like Fight Club?
That's what's incredible about the competitive eaters, the fact that they just stay. I don't know how they do that, like that whole
Insane.
portion of
they
it.
must
insane.
have just
Portion control.
radioactive metabolism.
Something.
Yeah.
That man's an athlete. As far as I'm concerned, he's a damn good athlete. Quiet on set. All right, before we go ahead and write our scores on the whiteboards here with Andy today on the pizzas that we each had, let's go ahead and break it down a little bit, talk about it at length if we need to, and then we'll get into it. Corey, you're up first.
I thought it was amazing. I've said this about Dimo's before. I said it during the episode. Their specialty pizzas are so good, especially that chicken and waffle. They have this thing, a lot of times when these joints try to do these like crazy specialty pizzas where they're like throwing the weird stuff on the normal thing, it's like all for gimmick and not for flavor. Dimo somehow does the gimmick with the flavor. It tastes so damn good. I'm not kidding you, that chicken waffles was legit tasty with the savory and the sweet. So they already have like, in terms of the chassis that they're building on, quality chassis. Like they already have like a quality, like kind of that East Coast style pizza in terms of like their dough and the cheese and all the stuff that they use that they're building off of is already like, it's already there. So the quality's already there. They're just adding the really good ingredients on. So I mean, I'm a big fan of it.
All right, Andy, you're up. You had the vegan cheese, you had the vegan sausage. Break it down for us. What'd you think?
I liked it better plain than with the chorizo, maybe because I'm not like a chorizo fan.
Yeah.
But it did have a nice burn. If you like spicy stuff, you want that kind of stuff in your pizza, I think it's good. It didn't even seem like it wasn't, you know, quote unquote real meat.
Yeah.
And then just the cheese, like you said, it's like legit piece of East Coast pizza, and it didn't even occur to me that it was vegan cheese because it tastes great.
Man, truly.
Crazy.
I would get it in my real life.
Good
I'm
on
not
them.
even just saying that. Like, it was great. Spaghetti Monster, great name, great aesthetic. The angel hair pasta noodles, the sausage, the vodka sauce, everything worked so well. There wasn't too much of it or too little of it. They did such a good job of like leaving me wanting more.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking you, I could have gotten a whole pizza of that and enjoyed it. I didn't think that was like such a polarizing flavor that I wanted to now go back to something else.
I've had their
so good.
Their penne, which is another pasta.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I've just remembered their penne is great too.
Got penne noodles on a pizza, and it's good. All right, boys. Well, let's write these scores down out of 5. Go down to whatever decimal point you want. Alex Trebek, which I think they flagged our video for copyright.
Did they finally do it?
Yeah. What took us so long?
We've been using the Jeopardy music for a while.
I thought it was royalty free.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. We'll see what happens.
All right.
All right. So rate your pizza experience based on what you had overall.
I'm going pretty high.
I'm going high too. I mean, I'm
chicken and waffles, like really.
They should serve that with a side cup of syrup.
Dude, we just got done talking about.
Yeah, that'd be fun, right?
Syrup on.
Like a little sidecar of syrup.
Dude, like hot syrup too. We got that one spicy syrup.
Oh my god, yeah. Talk dirty to me. All right, how's everybody doing? Everybody
I got my score.
All right, on the count of 3, we're gonna reveal our boards to the camera. 1, 2, 3. 4, 7, 8.
Ooh.
4, 7, 5. It's 4, 8.
That's pretty good.
4.87.
4. Yeah, I like the 4.7. I like maybe the first fraction we've seen.
I like
I
that.
used to work in the trading world, and before they went all digital, it was like, you want to buy the stock for 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it used to be old school back in the 90s. So,
dude, I love that, and I think it's so funny how close we all were. We all had different stuff.
High 4s. I mean, that's a great score. They earned it though.
Yeah.
And the freaking service.
So
like, dude, you
great.
put me into a good you put me in a good headspace.
We
when
were-
you got people
we
like
were
that
their first
Austin.
customer.
First one's in the door.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the first customers can be either somebody who doesn't have much to do and they need to get a life, or they didn't eat,
That's me.
They didn't eat breakfast, or it could be the person rolling up.
Yes.
You don't really want to be your first customer. Austin seemed a little bit like tepid, like, have these people been here?
Yeah.
It's a
Actually
tough
gonna
thing.
order
You got to
something?
get in, your shift starts, and then you got to put out like 6 pizzas.
Yep.
That's a slice place, so that's like
While
a tough
dealing with
gig.
people.
I was a little worried that we were there too early, and he crushed it.
Yeah, he was great.
And we just got to hang out and talk. We weren't in there that long. It was great. Man, overall, super fun. 90 Days in the 90s. It's linked below.
If you're
in Chicago, support local. Get it from a bookstore.
Or get it or the maximum move, I think, is going to Andy's website.
You get free swag. And
Okay, that's the move.
Not that I'm anybody, I'll sign it for you, but it sends you free swag if you order at 90daysin90s.com.
Absolutely.
Do that move.
Do that move. I'm not even going to say the rest of the moves. Go do that. Another badass author on the show. I mean, this is just, for me, I know probably for you too, like, very neat. to
Yes,
have
and
this.
it's
a fun
these
gig.
guys all know.
And you love music and books.
I'm a huge reader. I love music, and the fact that I've seen this book at the bookstore.
It's wild, man.
And now the author's in our back seat, and we're getting to hang out with them. Like, that's
Yeah.
so cool to me. I love that. And don't forget, like, everything's linked below, obviously.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
follow-
can just click on the
follow
links.
Andy.
We're gonna make it super easy for you guys. Click and buy.
Andy, thanks for being the first guest in the Kia.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
It's great
right.
hanging out with you. Great hanging.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll see you very soon for a brand new episode. Thank you for being here. Go say what up to Andy. See you soon.